So the concept that I really would like to do is something that's based around like the 1990s, 1980s fashion, like a time period that I really missed in my life. Well, I wasn't born, so there's that. Well, to put it simply, getting dressed in the 1980s and 90s just seemed like fun. But I really like the bright colors, the funky prints, the fashion, the like statement pieces. It's very different from like what you see now, which is just more blasé, safer pieces, back to the minimalistic colors, grays, beige, and other things. I thought that I would go ahead and just pick some of the most bright colors that I have, which happen to be this watch that I've created is going to be like a gingham pattern, which has the yellow, the red, the purple. Hopefully it'll come out looking decent. I don't know. I don't know how any of this is going to work. I don't even know if it's going to work. This could very well be a waste of time. Hopefully not, though. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for fashion inspiration around this pattern. I kind of already have an idea. I'm pretty sure I want to do something that would make Fran Fine smile. You know, like something where if I were to walk back into 1992 or whatever, and I would walk by the cast of The Nanny, and Fran Fine was watching me from across the street in New York City, I would want her to be like,
I want to get the knockoff version of whatever that is.
You know, if that really happened, that would just make me smile. I would love that. Hi, my name is Taylor, and I thought I'd make a series. I haven't really been doing too many things that have been pushing me out of my creative zone, so I thought I would try something. I'm going to make a segment of TV show kind of thing for YouTube, where I just design a concept that lives in my brain and go with it. So I'm going to call it Design As I Go. Anyway, let's just talk about this concept. So conceptually, I would like the piece to be two pieces, either a cardigan and a tube top or a cardigan and a skirt, depending on how much time I have, because I am a grad student. I don't have that much time. I have things to do. I have people to see, classes to take, jobs to have. You know, I gotta move on from this project eventually. So whichever is the quickest with this really bright pattern in a way that's not going to be like repulsive and gross, but like hopefully trendy and cute, because I love a good set. I have made a couple of other things that I have crocheted with the gingham pattern, and I'll show you. So this is my Bath & Body Works purse. I saw that I had 3 shades and I really wanted to try to do something ginghamy, so I made this purse. It wasn't until I finished it that I realized that it really does look like Bath & Body Works, so I'm just never going to ever wear this or use it in any way, but it is cute and I own it now. This is something that I just have. I haven't made a lining for it, but I will put one inside. It is, there's a bow. I have conceptualized this project and arranged to have all the materials prior to the release of the Target Black History Month stuff. Yeah, they have something that they're selling that is similar to this, but you know, I don't shop at Target anyway. Sorry. I didn't close my DEI initiative, so. This is definitely something that came from my brain. I'm actually not quite sure that I even like the way these colors look together. I'm kind of just trying my best to make sure that this is not a complete waste of time. As you can see, I am very confident about how this is going to turn out. I am making each of the individual boxes, the colors. I'm making this out of a whole bunch of different granny square, like starting squares. So I'm starting with just like the first round of what would be a traditional granny square, which is like a cluster separated by chain 2s 4 times. Close that off, and that is how I got my square. As opposed to like this bigger gingham pattern where if I did this would probably be a lot quicker because it would take less pieces. So this is a granny square that I've done 3 rounds for. I'm only working with the first individual round because I thought that for this project, having the smaller squares might be cuter. So I have this yarn. This is all scrap yarn that I have, but I have the ability to go out and buy more because I looked up the Michaels by me, and they do have a couple of things in stock. Like literally they have 2 skeins of every other color that I have left. So yeah. I think I'm really going to go with more of an inspiration from the street fashion brought to you by the 1980s, late 1980s and early 1990s, with the bold print, fast colored fashion, and things that are just colorful standout pieces. There's so much originality, uniqueness, and bold prints from this time period that I really, really appreciate. There's a lot of androgyny that is also passed on as like feminine and elegant that I feel like I have not lived through a time period where this could be replicated in the same way and also be seen as like soft girl core. I think that there's a very beautiful thing to the femininity that is built into like bold prints and fashion in such a nice dainty little silhouette. I like that concept. Are there stakes to this? Kind of, sort of, not really. I don't want to invest like 20 to 40 hours of my life into something that I'm gonna hate. That's just not really what I'm looking to do at this point in time in my life. I would really like to like this piece. I'd like to make something that would be like a staple. In 2026, I am on an initiative. I have a goal to crochet only things that I like and will actually wear, because I crocheted a lot in the past and not a lot of that stuff is actually being worn or seen outside in the world. This year, I want to crochet things that I like. And I will. And I'm hoping that this is the first piece of that. And if this isn't, I am 90% sure my sister will like this. And then she will wear it. And so, I kind of met the goal. So I'm going to have a new episode for this first season of Design It As I Go for, I think, the next 3 to 5 weeks, or until whenever I finish this outfit. I'm not sure whether or not I actually want to do a full ensemble or not. I do know that I want to do at least 2 pieces, mainly because I don't currently have anything in my wardrobe that would match something this bold. So if I did do a 2-piece set, like a tube top and the sweater, then I can just put on like a black pant or skirt and call it a day. It dresses itself. It's also getting kind of warm now. It is the beginning of February, so getting warm is relative, but it was negative 20 degrees last week. So, it being 25 degrees outside feels like summer. I don't know what else to tell you. I live in New York State and it gets cold here. It's very nice, but it gets cold. It's expensive too. So what I envision for this segment of like Design As I Go to be is I want it to be like a group of videos that I show you guys my design process, because I end up making a lot of stuff. Some of it's good, some of it's not so good. And you know what? I think I want to document it because I think we all struggle sometimes. Sometimes you have like an idea in your head, or like you see something in the store and you're like, oh, I'm not going to pay money for that when I could just spend like 20, 30 hours making it. I can make that. And then like you try and it's like, oh, no, maybe I should have just bought it. Or you're like, yeah, that was easier and better than I thought. I can't believe they're selling that for $300 when I just made it for 20, and that's okay. Everybody has their own prices, but sometimes the artisan mindset has like its own idea of what it wants to do. And, I think that is also very nice. It's nice to be able to do that. So I wanted to document my process of taking whatever brainchild I think of and like making a version of it for everyone to see. So if you came here from YouTube Shorts, hi, I did not give up on this project. I know I posted that short a while ago, my original short where I talked about this as a concept. I posted that, like almost a month ago. But, it takes time to like truly conceptualize a project in my head. And, I think I got it. I think this is good. Come check back at my channel in about 7 days from now, and we'll be able to have the update as to how much progress I actually was able to make on this whole sweater. Hopefully, it's a good amount. Hopefully.